A university professor asked his students a question. Does everything that exists was created by God? Yes, created by God. Did God create everything? Asked the professor. Yes, sir, the student answered. Professor said, if God created everything, that means that God created evil, because it exists. And according to this principle, the things we do determine who we are. That means God is evil. The student got quiet after hearing that answer. Professor was very happy with himself. He boasted to the students that he proved once again that God is a myth. Another student raised his hand and said, can I ask you a question, Professor? Of course, Professor answered. The student got up and asked, Professor, does cold exist? Of course it exists. Didn't you ever get cold? Students laughed at the question of the young man. The young man answered, actually, sir, cold doesn't exist. According to the laws of physics, what we consider to be cold truthfully is the absence of heat. You can study a person or a thing according to its ability to transfer energy. An absolute zero, 460 degrees according to Fahrenheit, is a complete absence of heat. The whole substance becomes inert and unable to react in that temperature. Cold doesn't exist. We created that word to describe what we feel at the absence of heat. The student continued, Professor, does the darkness exist? Of course it exists. You are wrong again, sir. The darkness also doesn't exist. Darkness is actually the absence of light. We can study the light, but not the darkness. We can use the prism of Newton to expand the white light into many colors and study the different lengths of the waves of each color. You can't measure the darkness. A simple ray of light can burst into the world of darkness and light it up. How can you find out how dark is some kind of a space? You measure the quantity of light submitted, isn't it? Darkness is an understanding, which people use to describe something that happens in the absence of light. Finally, the young man asked the professor, Sir, does evil exist? The professor timidly answered, Of course, as I have already said. We see it every day. Cruelty among the people, lots of crimes and violence around the world. These examples are nothing other than the manifestations of evil. The student answered to this, Evil doesn't exist, sir. At least, it doesn't exist for itself. Evil is just an absence of God. It is similar to darkness and cold, created by people to describe the absence of God. God didn't create evil. Evil is not the faith or love, which exists like light and heat. Evil is the result of absence of godly love in a human heart. It's like the cold, which comes when there is no heat, or like the darkness, which comes when there is no light. These words left the professor speechless.